Hey, what's up? It's your boy Burf, and it's Five Thrift Store Friday! Yes, it's Five Thrift Store Friday, the happiest day of the week. And today I've uncovered some vintage gold, baby. A couple of classic handheld arcade games that'll take you right back to the golden age of gaming. And that's not all. I stumbled upon some other incredible vintage treasures that you won't want to miss. But the real kicker is at the end of the episode, I found a big box of vintage toys with who knows what inside. There could be some real hidden gems in there that we haven't even seen yet. So stick around for an action-packed adventure through the best vintage finds. I'm excited. I hope you're excited too. If you are, hit that like button and let's roll out.
Out of the thrift store, looking for toys galore. My name is Burf and this is my turf. I'm straight out of the thrift store.
What do we got here? We got a Spider-Man plush. Maybe some sort of, oh, this is like a Treasure X playset. Oh, what's this guy here? Oh, isn't he cool looking? He's got a little button right here. No, I thought maybe it was a button that like you could push. And apparently he talks though. He's got like a little battery pack area. Let's see. I have no idea what this is, but I'm gonna have to look him up because he's pretty cool. Okay, so this is like a 2008 Max Steel Terra Elementer, I think is what it's called. I'm gonna have to do a little research into him. I'm definitely gonna pick him up, but looks like they want $3.94 for him, or $3.97. But I saw where somebody had him listed for like over $200. Of course, list price doesn't mean anything. It's all about what they actually sell for. But I'm gonna have to do a little more research into it. But I'll pick it up and take a risk on it. Oh, what do we got here? We got King Fire Dragon. Oh, what's this dude here? Wow, isn't he cool looking? He's heavy duty too, man. He weighs quite a bit. He's pretty heavy. Okay, so he's a NECA figure, and he's from something called BioShock. And if he were complete, which he's missing like kind of like a spear that goes on the end here, and then some sort of backpack. But in complete condition, he's selling for like 80 bucks. So they want $3.99. I would imagine even in this condition, someone could probably get $30 for him. But he's pretty badass, so I'm gonna pick this guy up too. Check out these VHS. So these are some titles you don't see too often. We've got Marie Osmond. Look how young she is. I guess probably narrating Ruby Spears' Rose Petal Place. Probably pick that up. We got this Filmation Pinocchio. That looks cool. And then we've got Dragon Tales. I never watched this cartoon, but I think it's kind of neat to see it here on VHS. All right, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 of them. It's gonna cost 15 bucks for those 5 because they want $2.99. That sucks. These things should be like 99 cents. Actually, I can save myself a little bit of money because this one and this one are the exact same one. So this one here looks like it's in a little better condition. This one has a piece ripped out of the bottom here. All right, so we are off to a good start right out the gate. I found some stuff that I didn't even know was valuable. I mean, like, I don't know. Apparently, some of these figures are worth a little bit of kickity cash. You know what I mean? So let's take a little closer look at them. All right, first up, we have this BioShock 2 Big Daddy figure by NECA. Now, I was looking at sold comps on this guy, and if he were 100% complete, he recently sold for $135. Now, I saw another one that had most of his weapons and accessories, but was missing one tank on his back. So apparently he's got like some sort of like oxygen tanks or something like that that go on his back. He was missing one of them, and he sold for $65. So I'm gonna say probably in this condition, it's anywhere from a $20 to $30 figure. And I think he's pretty awesome. I mean, he's heavy duty. He is built really well, but you know, a lot of the NECA toys are built really well. So I'm pretty happy about this. He's definitely not something that I collect. So chances are I'm gonna list him up on eBay for somewhere in the $20 to $30 range and see if I can sell him, you know, and get that cash, man, get that money. And then I got this VHS lot. So I picked up these episodes of Dragon Tales, which I've never seen an episode of Dragon Tales in my entire life, although I am aware of the cartoon. I've just never seen it, but the artwork on the covers looked pretty awesome, so I couldn't resist. Got this Filmation Pinocchio, which Filmation is the same company that did He-Man and Masters of the Universe back in the 80s, so I would imagine the animation quality in that VHS is pretty solid. So I'm kind of excited to pop that one in this weekend and give it a go. So I don't know if it's the same as the Disney version of Pinocchio, if it's the same storyline or not. I imagine it's similar, but we'll see. And then I also got this Ruby Spears presents Rose Petal Place, songs by Marie Osmond. Now, the big score out of this goodie wheel was this guy. Now, this is the 2008 Max Steel Terra Elementor. So I was not able to find him on eBay at all, or Mercari by himself. In fact, I only saw him in one listing, and it was with the Extroyer Wolf, and somebody had them listed at $228 together. So I searched around as best I could. I Google Lensed him, and the only listings I found was with him and that Extroyer Wolf. So I am assuming that this guy is pretty freaking rare, but he is really badass. I mean, look at those gnarly teeth, man. I would hate to meet this guy in a dark alley. Now, I know nothing about the Max Steel line of toys. I'm familiar with it. I know the name. I think I might have had like one of the humans out of that line at some point in time in the past, but apparently there's a lot of these monsters in there as well. But this guy is pretty freaking badass. So I haven't decided if I want to keep him or if I want to sell him. So he does take batteries, I believe. He's got like these little speakers down here, this speaker in the lower part of his back, and the upper part of his back looks like it pops off, but I haven't quite been able to figure it out yet, and I don't want to break him, so I'll probably have to watch a YouTube video on that and see how that's done. But man, how awesome is this dude? Up next, we're heading off to Thrift Giant, old Thrifty Pants, to see what kind of goodies they got. So I'm over here in the plush section, and check out this huge Pac-Man Battle Royale plush. This guy isn't really going for that much money on eBay, like 15 bucks. They want $7 for him, but I'm thinking about getting it just to have it on display, like next to my Atari and stuff like that, you know? I don't know. He's kind of cool. He's real soft too, and he's very durable, very heavy, made of good material. Well, I thought about it, and I'm just gonna leave him here. I'm not gonna take him home. Part of me wants to, part of me doesn't want to. So when in doubt, just leave him here, I guess. Unless, you know, I don't know. See, these are the thoughts that go through my head when I'm like in a thrift store wanting to buy stuff. Like, I'll sit here sometimes for 15 minutes trying to make a damn decision on something. Anyway, I think I'm just gonna leave them here. Bye, Pac-Man. Oh, look at this. We got a stack full of Nintendo games. Some of them don't have prices on them. Let's see if there's any here that I don't have. So far, I've got all of these. Roger Clemens baseball. I don't have that one. But I'm not so sure I actually want that one either. I was just kind of sorting back through them, and the only one I don't have is, other than the Roger Clemens baseball, is this Mickey Mouse Capade. I think I'm gonna get it. Looks like they want $6.99 for most of them. Some of them don't have stickers on them. So, yeah, I might just grab that. Oh, wait a second. This is Top Gun's second mission. I don't know if I have that. I think I have just regular Top Gun. Was there a regular Top Gun and then there's this one second mission? Or was there just the second mission? I don't know. All right, I'm gonna grab this one too. So we got these Anastasia on-card figures. They want $14.14 for them, but today all the pink tags are 50% off. And these are all pink tag items. So I'm trying to decide if I want to spend $21 on something that I don't collect, but I really like the Rasputin, so I think I'll probably get him. But it's kind of like if I get him, I gotta get maybe at least another figure or two to go along with him, right? Oh man, I don't know. I don't collect this stuff, but I think they're pretty cool looking figures. They're made by Galoob, I think 1995. All right, I'll make a decision here in a minute. So that huge Pac-Man plush was pretty awesome, and I was like super close to getting it, but just really thought it was too big, and I just really don't have a lot of space. Like a lot of you, I'm running out of room. Like, a matter of fact, I've got a lot of stuff that's just in boxes around here, sealed up in storage bins. Not in a storage unit, in storage bins like in our spare bedroom sort of thing, you know. But so I passed on that, but I did get these video games, and I found these cool Anastasia action figures from like the 1990s. So let's do a little show and tell. So let's take a look at these two NES games that I got, original NES. So I got this Mickey Mouse Capade by Capcom. I haven't even looked up the gameplay on that, so I don't know exactly what I'm in store for, but I'm excited to check it out this weekend. I also picked up Top Gun, the second mission. Turned out I already had this, but this cartridge is definitely an upgrade to the cartridge that I had already, so I'll end up replacing it. I'll upgrade it with the one I found here at Thrift Giant, and the other one I'll probably just list up in the old eBay store and try and sell it off, get a little bit of my money back. And then last, I got these really cool Anastasia figures from the animated movie Anastasia, which is actually a pretty good movie. I saw it a long time ago, I think when it first came out, but these figures are pretty awesome. What I love about it is that they're actually made by Galoob, one of my absolute favorite toy companies of all time. So here we have Anya with Puka, and then over here we've got Dimitri, and he comes with some dynamite, a satchel, a grappling hook. Anya, who is Anastasia in disguise as a peasant girl, she's got like a bag, she's got a little dog, and I don't know what this is, maybe some sort of crown jewel or something like that. What is that thing? But then there's this photo of her and her family. And then back here, we've got Tsar Nicholas II, and he's got his throne, and he's got his crown with his sword, and this book. And it's been such a long time since I've seen the movie, I don't really know what that stuff is. Here's a look at it of the card on the back of some of the different figures that actually came in this line. So I don't know how many. I don't know if these are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. It might just be these 7 figures counting him. And if that's the case, I've got 5 of them now. So we got that. And then over here, we're going to save the best one for last. We've got Dream Waltz Anastasia when she was actually, I think this was at the end of the movie when she kind of like reclaimed her royalty or whatever you call it, reclaim the throne or something. So, and then we got this mirror. So this is a cool one. And then this one right here, this is my favorite one. Matter of fact, I was only going to buy this one at first, but we've got Rasputin and Bartok. So really cool looking figures. And there's actually a very interesting story about Rasputin that you can, he was a real guy, and you can look him up on Google Images. And this is gonna sound kind of weird, but this dude was very well endowed, and when he died, they preserved his man parts in formaldehyde in a jar, and it actually is in a museum because he was like so large. And if you go and look that up on Google, you can see his man parts in a jar of formaldehyde. Kind of crazy. So, but just a little interesting fact there. Oh, it looks like there's some more figures here as well. Actually, no, these are the same ones that were on the other one. So maybe there are just 7 in the line, but pretty cool pickup. All right, gang, that's 2 thrift stores down, and we got a few more to go and plenty of more action ahead. So this next place we're going to pop into is a place called Grace Bridge Resale. It's a resale store, not really a thrift store, although they do have like this daily 50% off thing they do like pretty much every day. So whatever the price is, it's usually half of that, but they do mark the shit up pretty high, unless it's like a specialty item. So they were having this May 4th sale, the May the 4th be with you sale. And they do this every year where they put out all of their Star Wars stuff. They literally like hoard all of their Star Wars stuff in the back all year long. And then on May 4th, they bring it out. So I figured we'd just pop in there and see what we can find. Check this out. I decided to pop into Grace Bridge, and they got a whole bunch of Star Wars stuff out. I was just looking at this. It's from, I think, 1995 or 98. It's from the 90s. I only want $11 for it. I think I'm going to get it and just bust it open because the box isn't really in the best of shape. Another thing I was looking at too here was this Vader book. It's $9, but it's a purple tag. So I don't know if, I think purple tags are half off. So if it is, I'll probably grab this too. If it's not half off, I'll just end up getting this thing because I really didn't see a whole lot more, you know, of stuff that I would necessarily want. They've got a bunch of like, you know, DVDs and stuff like that over here. Here's a Chewbacca plush. Oh, that's a Family Guy episode. Oh, they got a Star Trek down there. Nobody wants Star Trek. Yeah, I got some shoes, little lunch pail. That little tin's kind of cool with the Yoda. Some Funko Pops. These shirts are fun. Hook 'em, you must. That's for hook 'em horns. We got to, what's this say here? Enjoy the little things. So I ended up picking up this Luke and Yoda Dagobah model kit or something like that. So we'll take a look at it here in just a second. I ended up putting the Darth Vader book back. I would have bought it, but it wasn't, it said the sale price was like $9.47 or whatever. And everything in the store that wasn't vintage was supposed to be 50% off. But when I got it up there, the lady's like, oh, that's vintage. And I was like, well, that's not a vintage book. That book was like printed in the 2000s. Like, it's not, it's a new book. It's a newer book. It's not a vintage book. She's like, anything on the Star Wars table is vintage. So I was like, all right. So ended up putting the book back. I didn't buy it, but I did get this model kit. So let's have a look. So here's the model kit. It's a skill level 2, by the way. It's made by AMT Erdl, and it's Encounter with Yoda on Dagobah action scenes. So this over here, I did open it because it's not really worth anything. It's worth no more in the box than it is out of the box, and it's not worth a lot. So it's pretty much worth what I paid for it. But everything is like a white plastic, so everything is gonna need to be put together. The great thing is it snaps together. I don't have to worry about gluing anything. So I just gotta snap together the pieces, and then from there, I have to paint them. Or I don't know, maybe I should paint them first and then snap them together. I don't do a lot of models, so for those of you that do modeling as a hobby, what's the best way to do it? Is it to piece it together, then paint it, or should I paint it first and then piece it together? So I'd love to know, get some advice from you guys in the comments below. But it's a pretty cool little play set. All right, gang, up next, we're gonna head off to the Goodie Wheel. What you got for me today, Goodie Wheel? What you got for me today? They ended up having some really awesome stuff. Wait until you see these retro, well, not even retro, they are vintage. Like, retro is kind of like, to me, like when you make a reproduction of something from the past, so it's retro, you know what I mean? Where vintage is actually like an original item. Like, so these are some vintage handheld video games. I found some other cool stuff too, but wait until you see these video games. They are epic. All right, let's see. Oh, we got a Sesame Street, vintage Sesame Street play set. That's cool. Looks like it's all busted up on top here though. I already have this. I don't need it, but kind of cool to see. And we got a box full of army men, a fun bucket. Oh, look at this. Dragon Tales matching game. I just bought a bunch of Dragon Tales on VHS. This would be kind of cool to go along with that. $1.99, I think I'll grab it. Ooh, looky here. We got some sort of Star Wars thing here. What is this, like a suitcase? Oh, no, it's actually a record player. So got the needle still on it? Kinda, I think. What do they want for that? $24.99. Damn, that's a lot of money. Okay, so this thing recently sold for $85 on eBay, but there's only like one sold, so it's not like a hot item. But it's definitely, does this go to this maybe? I was gonna say, because it doesn't have the, let me see if this plugs in back here. Let's swing this guy around. All right, well, it plugs in. And then this would be for your speakers, I think, maybe. All right, I'm gonna try plugging this in just to see if it works. All right, I got it plugged into the wall. I'm gonna turn this button on. Oh, looky, looky. It works. All right, that is awesome. But look at this old Chinese checkers game. And they want $1.99, and it was originally sold at Toys R Us. That is awesome. All right, definitely gonna pick that up. Check these things out, man. These are vintage Kelty packs for hiking, and I just looked them up, and they're selling for over $100 each. on eBay. Now this wouldn't be something I would ship. This would be something I'd probably list on Marketplace. It's got some stains on it and stuff like that, but it's vintage, and I think hikers would be looking for something like that. They only went $10.99 for these each, so I'm gonna get them and see if I can sell them as a pair for like a couple $100. Yeah, these things are from the 1970s. They're pretty freaking awesome. And this one has some writing on it. It actually has like somebody's name, Herbert something, but yeah, that's all right. I think someone will still buy them. So check this out. I found this Elvis in a Goodwill a few years ago. My mother-in-law, the Gigi, she loves Elvis, and I got this for her, but the one I got, the black leather was all like flaking apart, and this one is in really good condition. Let's see if we can pull him out of here. There's no flaking on his jacket or anything. Super cool. So they want $10 for it. I think I'm gonna get it for her as an upgrade to the one that she has. And then I found these as well. These are from 1972. They're still in the packaging. But I think I'm gonna grab these two. They're just, you know, they're vintage. And Caroline, my daughter, she loves corn on the cob. It's like one of her favorite foods. So I think that'd be kind of neat for her to have. Oh snap! It's all busted up. But she loves corn on the cob, so I think it'd be fun for her to eat her corn on the cob with these vintage corn, what do they call, corn servers? Yeah. Anyway, kind of cool. And then thinking about getting this DVD set here as well, this Lord of the Rings set. It's $4.99. I'm gonna take a look at the DVDs and see if they're make sure they're not too scratched up or anything. Well, it's a neat little cooler. Stickers are kind of coming off of it, but it's a Plants vs. Zombies cooler. They just brought this cart out. Pick this dude up. I want $1 for him, so I'll probably snag him. But look at this old VCR. Look at that. I mean, this thing is probably weighs 50 pounds. It is massive. I don't think I've ever seen a VCR like that. That is insane. They want, looks like $5.99 for it. That right there, my friends, belongs in a museum. I also found this right here. I'm assuming that's probably worth something. I got it for $1.99, but then they also have this BioShock 2 Special Edition hardback book. I would imagine this is worth a little something too. What do they want for this one? $2.69. Oh, check this out, man. $20. Definitely grabbing that. Check this out. Hit and Missile. And then we got this Pac-Man. I think this is from 1981. It says it on there. It's from by Tomy. Yeah, so some of the Japanese writing here, huh?
Yeah, 1981.
Cool. All right, I'm gonna grab that, dude. I'm gonna grab that and that. So
right.
Add that to it. Man, we found a ton of vintage stuff here at the Goodwill. This was a good day to be at the Goodwill. So I am really pleased with this. I got some big money items that I can flip, make a little extra kiggity cash, as I like to say, you know, so I can help support this plastic crack habit of mine without having to, you know, break the bank on my own bank account. So that always helps. And man, there was just so much good stuff. I got something for Gigi. Got some, like, let's just take a look at it. It's an epic haul. It's an awesome haul. Okay, so let's start off with this Star Wars record player. Now, I did plug it in the store, and we know that it turns on, and it actually works. And I did get a record and tried to see if I could get some sound to come out of it. But one of the things that I found out is that it's actually, let's lift this up here. It's it's actually missing the needle. So it's made by Crossley, and I can order those needles off of eBay. So I'm gonna order that, and then we're gonna have a nice Star Wars vinyl record player. And like I said, in working condition, one of these sold, I think for, was it $85 or $65? I don't know. I'll put it up here on the screen. I did pay up for it. I paid $24.99 for it, but the artwork on the front of it is just fantastic. And then to go along with the 2 VHS I found earlier, the Dragon Tales VHS, I found this Match and Fly board game. So this thing's pretty cool. Look at this. So you got 4 dragons, and again, I don't know any of their names because I've never watched an episode of Dragon Tales, but that'll probably change this weekend. I'll probably pop in one of these VHS and see what it's all about. But we've got these oval shaped game pieces here as well, or I guess you lay these down and they're actually the board. And then we've got some octagon looking shapes. And this is what it says over here. It says, wish and wish with all your heart and fly the dragons in a land apart. Find 2 picture tiles that match to move your dragon around the path. Fly over the other dragons to claim 4 Dragonland items and win the game. So I guess maybe these octagon shapes are the Dragonland items. So we've got some sort of medallion, maybe some sort of like a pearl necklace, some music notes, some sort of little treasure box, a mushroom, a magic mushroom. And then we've got this book, this thing, a cupcake, a magic cupcake. And then we've got a drum set, some other sort of medallion or necklace or something, and then some jewels. So, but yeah, so, oh, I see. So you put your little figures here on the backs of the dragons. Oh, I see. They kind of fit like that. Okay, then we got like a treasure map and then a box of treasure as well. So, but yeah, kind of interesting that, you know, I don't ever see Dragon Tale stuff, and then I found a matching game and some VHS in the exact same week. So go figure. And speaking of games, I found this old Chinese checkers board game. So it's got regular checkers. So on the bottom side of this, let's see if I can kind of lift that up without spilling everything. You can see it's got a checkerboard down there, and then it's got Chinese checkers here on top. So it looks like all the pieces are here. So I opened up these little compartments. I didn't even think to do that in the store. I thought they were all like inside the tin. I thought I was gonna have to pop this tin off to see, but everything is nice and organized inside there. And just kind of check out some of the artwork here on these. I think it's really cool. And one of the things I loved about this is that the box actually still has the Toys R Us sticker on it, and it's from 1985. So it's an oldie but a goodie, you know? So anyway, this is fun. I haven't played Chinese checkers in a really long time, since I was a kid, to be honest with you. So I might have to see if Caroline might be down to play. Caroline the Greatest. And now that I'm looking here, it looks like maybe I'm missing one red checker. So, you know, you can always substitute that though, but everything else seems to be intact. Now, the next thing I found was kind of shocking, actually. I found these vintage Kelty backpacks, I think is what they're called. They're hiking packs. When I first saw them, I thought maybe they were some sort of military pack, but I guess they're just used for general hiking. But they're from the 1970s. And when I looked these things up online, it kind of blew me away. Like, they're selling for like $100 plus in many cases. So this isn't, and that's on eBay. Now, this isn't something I would sell on eBay because I don't want to deal with having to box something that large up. So this is more of a Facebook marketplace play for me. Now, I spent like a total of like $22 out the door, I think. was either 22 or 24, like with the tax and whatnot. So I was thinking maybe I could just list them on Marketplace for even like 100 to 125, and I would be really happy if I got that much for it. And I'm sure whoever buys them would be really happy that they got a really great deal on them, because you could easily spend $200 buying 2 of these. So anyway, that will be a project I'll be doing over the weekend, getting these things listed up on Marketplace. Now, the next thing I found was this. These corn cob handle thingies, whatever they're called. So, you know, you stick these things in the end of your corn cob, and then they act like handlebars that you can hold on to so your fingers don't get drenched in butter, you know. But these things, I'm pretty sure my grandmother had this exact set when I was a kid. So they're not worth anything at all. They're just more nostalgic for me than anything. So I had to have them. Next up, I grabbed the king of rock and roll, Elvis Presley himself. So for those of you that have been following the channel for years, you might remember that I found an Elvis Presley at Plaza Thrift, aka Crappy Sam's, and my mother-in-law, the Gigi, she's a huge Elvis fan. So I ended up picking up that Elvis doll for her. But you know how plastic starts to deteriorate over time? And when I say plastic, I'm also talking about leather, plastic leather, you know, it starts to deteriorate as well. His clothing, his jacket, his pants, like it was flaking all over the place. So Gigi has him on display in her apartment, but he constantly just has like little droppings of flakes that come down here because the plastic, the pleather is deteriorating. So this one is actually in absolutely fantastic shape. So for Mother's Day, Gigi is gonna get an upgrade of the king of rock and roll. And then I picked up this monstrosity, this freaking dinosaur. This thing is absolutely huge. Probably one of the first VHS players ever made. It is a top loader VHS. So you put it, you know, your tape in there. Instead of shoving it in the front, it goes into the top here. Now you may be wondering, like, Burf, why on God's earth would you buy such a thing? This thing is absolutely massive. And I'm telling you guys, like, this thing easily weighs like 25 pounds, easily. Well, the reason I bought it is because it belongs in a museum. It really does. I mean, it is one of the first VHS players ever made. It was made by General Electric, and it's pretty awesome. Now, unfortunately, it needs some fixing, because unless I'm doing something wrong, maybe I need to do something with these dials over here. But it does eject, but it doesn't appear to play or fast forward or rewind. So I don't know exactly what's going on with that, but it was only $5.66, so I couldn't resist it. I gotta tell you guys, I was super stoked. I mean, really jazzed up to find these in-box Tomy Pac-Man game, Tomytronic. And look, it even has Japanese writing on it. How cool is that? And then we got this hit and missile game. So I actually busted these things out of the box, and we'll take a look at them here in just a moment, and did a little gameplay, and they are just as awesome as they look here in the box. So let's bust these bad boys out and take a little closer look at them. Feast your eyes on this beauty. Man, this thing is awesome. It is just so cool. And check this out. So you have like amateur mode and pro mode. So I'm gonna switch it into amateur, and then here's your on off button. So let's turn it on. And then instead of a joystick, you have these little buttons here. And you gotta keep like pushing them, and then you can eat a power pellet. And then you have like a few seconds to actually get one of these ghosts. Yeah, see how quick, oh, he got me before I got to the power pellet. So it's kind of hard to play with one hand, but man, this thing is just totally sick. It's definitely staying in my collection. It's not something I'm gonna be selling, at least not anytime soon. And then I also got this awesome game. Okay, so this game is called Hit and Missile. So let's see if we can turn this guy on. I'm trying to remember how I turned him on. Oh, here we go. Here's the on button. And then, hold on, let's see. Oh, yeah, that's right. I forgot. You have to set the timer. So we gotta turn this dial. Okay, and then what happens is you can move your guy around like this, and then you fire missiles. And you try to hit that plane up above. It does make a lot of noise. And it, like, again, it's kind of hard to play with one hand. But let's see if we can get a hit on one of these guys. Oh, so close. You can see when you hit it, he kind of stops and shakes for a moment. Oh, just missed him. Just missed him. See, the timer's winding down here. I got to get better at leading these things. There we go. That's a hit. And I think, I'm not sure, but maybe this is your point counter. I don't know why it's not actually working, but what an awesome, awesome toy, man. This thing is so freaking cool. And I'm just like so jazzed up and stoked over these finds. Okay, here we are. Last store of the day, and this is the store that I find the big box of toys in. So I know you guys love it when I find these big boxes that have some signs of vintage toys in them, and you love to see me buy them, and then you love rummaging through it together with me. So I did find a box at Thrift Giant, and it had some vintage toys in it, which kind of made me wonder, are there other treasures in there that I just can't see? All right, what do we got? Oh, we got some Rescue Hero vehicle. A Rescue Hero vehicle. Let's see what else. Oh, what's this? We got a big box full of Rescue Heroes. Holy shite. There's a ton of Rescue Heroes in there. What do they want for the box? 55 bucks. I would say that's probably worth 55 bucks. I mean, with the amount of Rescue Heroes that are in there, man, you could get that. You could probably make 150 bucks off that box if you sold it, pieced them out individually. Or even put them in lots, Here's another box here. This has got some like Marvel figures in it. Let's see, there's a Stormtrooper down there. There's a Hulk. I have no idea who that guy is. I'm assuming he's somebody Marvel. Oh, there's a vintage TMNT. Let's go look at the other side. Let's see what we got over here. I was looking to see if there were any other vintage toys in there. It doesn't look like it. It looks like that's probably the only one. I've got him already, so I don't really need that. Let's see. Let's tilt this box down back this way. There's another figure there. I'm gonna look at the bottom of it. I got a guy here on the other side looking at this box now. Well, looky. It's our boy Buzz. Oh yeah, those are those like Mattel metal figures or whatever. Looks like there could be some stuff in here. But is it something? This is probably 50 some bucks too. Yeah, $54.95. There's definitely some other figures in here. Some Star Wars, some Lando. That's like new stuff though, I'm curious, like, what's in the middle of the box. Like, if there's more of this guy in here, it would definitely be worth 50. I just don't know. Oh, there's another one right there, I think. Okay. So there's one right there, one right there. You see, the last time I bought one of these boxes, I got burned. Sometimes I strike gold in there, and then sometimes I get burned. The last time I got burned, so... Oh, man. Decisions. Here's a blue Power Ranger. And then, I don't know what this thing is. Some sort of shark fin looking dude back there. Like that blue thing. Oh, there's a little better look at him. I kind of move some things around. I don't know who he is. Oh, look at this Prime. He's kind of cool. What is this thing? Space Hawk. Save the galaxy. Oh wow, look at that thing. What do they want for that? $14.91. Snappity, when toys come to life. Use a smartphone to activate your spaceship. Does it come with figures too? That is kind of neat looking. I don't know if I'm gonna get it. I need to look this thing up. Man, you would think something like this would be worth a lot more than what it is, but I just looked it up on eBay and it just sold for $8. Not what I would have expected. I would have thought that'd be at least like a $30, $40 toy. What are these Power Ranger things? Oh, okay. I was like, what is this? We got this baby pogo chimp. Speaking of Power Rangers, we got this Dino Fury still on the box, still on the card box. What is that? Is that considered a box or a card? So this thrift giant had some fun stuff in the store on this day, and I didn't get anything else except for the big box. Now, I know you're probably dying to see what's inside that box, but you'll have to stay tuned to tomorrow's video where you and I will rummage through that box together. So I am not gonna open it until I film the video so that it's just as much of a surprise for me as it will be for you. Hopefully there's some goodies in there. Now those little metal figures, I thought they were Mattel, those little military looking figures. Turns out they are Mego. So for those of you that already commented in the comment section saying, that's not Mattel, that's Mego. Yeah, okay, I did my research after I found them and I learned something new. I knew it began with an M. Let's just put it that way. I knew it began with an M. But anyway, I'm excited to go through this box with you. I also owe you guys another video. Last week when I posted my Five Thrift Store Friday video, I said that I was gonna post a video of a trade that I did with some vintage Barbies that I had for some Micronauts. And I didn't get around to completing the edit on that video. So I'm gonna do my best to get that to you this weekend as well. So maybe be on the lookout for that on Sunday. In the meantime, if you enjoyed watching this video as much as I enjoyed making it for you, do me a favor, smash the like button. It helps me out. It does help the channel grow. I would greatly appreciate it. Also, if you're new to the channel, hit the subscribe button, turn on notifications so you never miss an episode, because I got a lot more action-packed adventures coming your way. So do that for me. And if you want to watch more videos just like this, then check out this next video.